Hi, my name is Annie Costello and I work with Cree Heart and Stroke Charity in Ireland. And I'm delighted to be here today at the Cardiovascular Health campaign in the European Parliament. And we've met today Sean Kelly, MEP in Ireland. Sean, you came and had a look at some of the statistics and the figures relation to cardiovascular health in Ireland. What was your impression on having a chat and having a look at some of the numbers there today and the state of cardiovascular health in Ireland?
In some respects, I wasn't too surprised because even every weekend back home in Ireland, I meet people who have had a stroke or stents or a heart attack. In fact, last weekend, I met 3 different people, all men who had either had a heart attack or a stroke or one fellow had hit 3 stents. And for the 3 of them, they weren't expecting it. So I think there's obviously a huge level of a lack of awareness by people. Also, I was surprised at the statistics that it affects men as much as women in Ireland.
Yep.
I thought it was far more men than women, but it also shows that we do need this campaign and we do need to put a strong European health campaign in relation to together.
Exactly.
Because what you do in Europe, which we saw particularly in relation to COVID, can be far more powerful than individual states acting on their own.
Absolutely, thank you. And that's exactly what we're looking for today, because as European citizens and as Irish citizens, we're looking for strong, brave leadership from our leaders, both political parties and non-political parties, to come together to promote and support a cardiovascular health campaign, as you said, for Europe and for Ireland. And you're pledging your support for that here today.
Absolutely, and I think once there's particularly a campaign at European level, which is then driven by the European Commission and by the Member States, it actually percolates to people. And there is a huge need, not just in the general terms of saying you have to mind your health, your heart health, etc., but I think also people need to be more conscious of type of targets and monitoring. We talk maybe about binge drinking, which is huge.
Yes.
But qualify that for people and say, now you're drinking so much per week, you need to reduce it by 50% or whatever.
Yeah.
Then people have a personal target, and I think that's what's needed. The same, of course, in relation to high blood pressure, that it needs to be monitored. And we probably need to go out into society at large, rather than waiting for individuals to go to the doctor. Maybe we should be working through voluntary organisations like the GA, etc., to create this awareness and kind of create a campaign to have a healthy club, as well as a successful GA club or soccer club or rugby, also to have a healthy club.
Yes.
And that they would have a few things they would do each year to bring it home to their members, how they can become healthier, particularly from the point of view of their hearts.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think while people do need to take personal responsibility, there's also, it's also incumbent, I suppose, on our government and our leaders to kind of take the lead role in that and to really understand the nuance and have a proper insight into what cardiovascular health and cardiovascular disease really is and how it affects our society. Would you see that as something that we definitely need to include in our next government in Ireland and our next programme for government?
Yes, absolutely, because the next government will almost coincide with the next mandate here in Europe as well.
Yeah.
So while we'll have an overall policy underpinned by support in Europe, it's at national level the action is going to be.
Yeah.
And there needs to be preventative, but also, of course, services for those who have suffered from a heart attack, whatever.
Yeah.
Those services are not there for many people at the moment. There's an age restriction, which is crazy.
Yes.
So we need to look at all those and say, how can we actually have a target? Something similar, we'll say, to reducing emissions for
Exactly, yes.
for CO2 emissions.
CO2 emissions, yeah.
Let's also have a target to reduce cardiovascular related health issues. And then we can work towards that.
To be measured, yeah.
Measured,
exactly.
male and female, regardless of age, and then those who have already suffered from one type of other of a cardiovascular attack, that they will get the proper services to live as normal a life as possible and give them the confidence to be able to do that.
Absolutely, and you've hit the nail on the head there, because while it's about prevention, it's also about living well for those who have the disease. We're living longer and to be able to live well with the disease. So thank you very much, and we can count on your support for a cardiovascular health plan for Europe. And I know you've signed the pledge today, so we're very grateful for that. So Sean, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you around later on.